You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. Ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best show us some respect. 3-point threat, I better make it rain. If it's up, then don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumping where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, Big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the refs just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostag. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a Pelican forever.
I mean, again, wanted to go a different way, but how did you like how your guys fought, especially how the last two went?
I'm extremely blessed to have a great group of guys in that locker room. And even through a difficult loss, the response that we all saw tonight is a group that is just learning each other, coming together.
All right, shout out to you guys. That's right, Don. We in this thing, man. Shout out to y'all, man, for being in the stream, man. We up in this thing, man. Pelicans embarrassed by the Thunder, 137-106. We open up with the Undertaker theme for Willie Green. And listen, man, this game, and listen, that's right, Brett. Brett got it right. Listen to the bell, Willie. It tolls for thee. That's right. That's right. That's right. All right. Yeah, indeed, man. This was funky, man. I mean, what can I tell y'all tonight, man? I was doing play-by-play for the Saints on a sports coma, and I was monitoring the game as well. And I know Big B said this don't make no damn sense, Q. I know, bro. Hey, man. I'm at a loss for words watching the Pelicans, even though I got multiple screens, fam. And I had the Pelicans on my other screen, and when I was doing the play-by-play for the Saints, I would then turn to look at the other screen, be monitoring the game as well. And what's interesting about it is the fact that it's just awful, man. You know, they opened the first quarter down by 17, and then the rest of the game was just the game. It's a floating quarter. At first, it was the dreaded the third quarter. It's just a floating, horrible quarter under Willie Green the Pelicans are dealing with. It's frustrating, man, because you see the Saints are 1-8 right now. The Pelicans are 0-6, and it's just awful. It's awful. I can't beat around the bush on that, fam. That's why I'm coming to y'all guys late. You know, I usually represent about maybe right after the game, but we had a conflict of scheduling, so we had to push it back to 7:30. But much love to y'all. I'm glad to see all of y'all in the stream for this one. Shout out to Triple D Pilot. Shout out to you, Queen. Slim, Knox Villain, Tech Blitz, a lot of Mall, a lot of y'all was over at this coma watching the Saints game with me. Black Preacher, man, shout out to you, brother. Jedi Connor, good to see you, man. Yeah, Mall said, wear the casket, bro. It's coming. It's coming. You cannot lose by 31 points and be 0-6 and keep your job. But maybe you can. But I know a lot of them people not going to them games, man. You know, they're not going to these games. These people are too stupid. They're too stupid. This girl running this team is a complete moron. You can't, you can't, this ain't got nothing to do with likes and dislikes. Willie Green should have been fired last year, and we should have been starting our season the right note. Willie Green got up here and complimented. What's up, Ross? Shout out to you, bro. Willie Green got up here and complimented his team, and they got drudged through. They got dragged through the mud. They got the brakes beat off of them by 31 points, and Willie Green sitting up there, dark circles and everything around his eyes, and said he was proud of the team. I'm done with Willie Green. There's serious discussion. Ain't nothing to discuss. This guy he's done. It's over with. Stick a fork in his ass and push him on up out of here. We done. The team, even though the team knows Willie Green's job is on the line, they still don't fight for him because Willie Green don't. Boy, I tell you, man, PPR been representing the Sports Coma, Tough Tiger Talk, Ring Kings Boxing World. Been doing this stuff for a very long time. Been covering this team for a long time. The victories are so far and few in between. The playoffs are so far and few in between. It's difficult, but we are not what they are. We are consistent. They are not consistent. Regardless, win, lose, or draw, we represent. These people don't show up and they get tens of millions of dollars to fail at our displeasure. It's amazing how this world is, man, isn't it? Anyway, fam, listen, man, rumorvilles, and it's a bunch of rumors going on right now that Willie Green was supposed to be fired as he gets back because they're traveling from OKC back to New Orleans. He's supposed to be relieved of his coaching duties. There are conflicting stories now coming out. They're saying that he will be allowed to coach the Charlotte game. I don't know. But for me, don't get at Joe Dumars for these decisions. This is not Joe Dumars. The discussions was put in place by Joe. Like, Gail Benson is not calling Joe Dumars to say, let's get rid of Willie Green. And Joe saying, hold on, Gail, let's stop this. Let's pump the brakes and give him time. That's not how this is happening. This is Joe Dumars contacting Gail Benson to let her know we got to do something or we going to lose the season. You want to keep making money, right? That's how you talk to her, Joe. Let her know that she about to lose all her people because she don't know nothing else but how to count money. Tell her you about to lose your people. They're not gonna watch a team the Pelicans, and I've said this before, people sit up on their ass, not y'all, but these other people on the other side trying to bridge a gap between them and the Pelicans to get some type of favor. We're sitting up here saying that the Pelicans was failing because of injuries, and I was telling them that's not the truth. Pelicans are not failing because of injuries. The Pelicans are failing because they have no leadership. They don't have this guy been on top of the team for 5 years, and he has not installed a proper offense and an identity for them to play behind. He was supposed to be a defensive coach. He's not installed any type of defensive principles. What defense he installed when they scored 137 points on this stinking ass team tonight? I mean, explain it to me. His mark was supposed to be defense, and the team has no defense, no offense, and they're offensive to watch. But this team doesn't have an identity to play behind, and all of their players are healthy except for DeJounte Murray. They got Kevon Looney back today and still lost by 31 points. You explain that to me. It's never been about just the players because OKC was missing two of their starters, Jalen, and it was missing the big guy, missing him today. And they still whopped the Pelicans. You mean to tell me they were missing Jalen Williams and the big fella, and they still whopped the Pelicans by 31 points in OKC? How that work, Sway? How, Sway? It works that way because the Pelicans are pushovers. This guy on the screen is a pushover. stealing money, don't know what he's doing, and instead of falling on his sword like an honorable Japanese soldier who's been dishonored and disgraced, he continues to kick money. I've been saying, Willie, just fall on the sword, bro. Just step out of here, bro. He refused to go. He's like roaches with steroids pumped in them. You can spray all the poison you want. They in there like, oh, you got any more? You know, this guy worse than steroid-filled cockroaches. He refuses to leave. Yeah. Jeez. Yeah, and Dort too. That's right, Mo. Lou Dort too. Lou Dort was supposed to play again. How they missed 3 people, and plus Kendrick Williams was missing. They had one of their top role people was missing, and they still whopped the team by 31. How, Sway? How, you ask? Willie Green. No identity. You can't blame the injuries because there are no injured players. They're all healthy. I digress. So that's the word on the street. We'll see what happens to Monday. We will be on it. Y'all hit y'all notifications bells because soon as I hear something, I'm tapping in. I'm tapping into it. This guy should be fired. He should be given the word when he gets back that or call on a private phone call, say, Willie, we're going to have to relieve you. You do this. Not going to surprise you, but you let you know. He heard the rumors that he was being considered going on and all this kind of stuff. And then he gets up here with this spiel about he's proud of how they played because this is his last game. I believe he's done. He got to be done. You're a joke if you let this guy coach Charlotte. You get no respect if you let this guy coach. And then again, maybe they don't get it because Gail don't care about that anyway. Because he's a nice man. Willie Green is such a nice man. That's Gail Benson. All right. Anyway, man, let's hit these statistics, fam. Knox says, what do you think, Willie, 10 games eval is for the fired? How about that? Fired. I opened the broadcast up with The Undertaker, man. I ain't playing, man. I want this damn guy. All right. let's hit the stats, man. For my wrestling folk, they know what time it is. All right. Anyway, man, here you go. Here you go. 47 to 84, 56% OKC shot. That's outrageous. 56%. They were 20 of 48 from downtown for 42%, and they hit 85.5% of their shots from the foul line, right? 23 of 26. That's what good teams do. Good teams they shoot a higher clip. And just credit to them, man, because a lot of their players were missing, man, and they still were able to turn the Pelicans over like this with this supreme shooting. They're truly remarkable. And then if you look at the Pelicans, 35 of 80 for 44%, which is not a bad field goal percentage, but it ain't 56%. The defense was not there. The three-pointing, 16 of 40 for 40%. That ain't bad. But your other team hit four more than you. And then look at the foul shots, fam. The Pelicans had gotten 32 attempts in KC's building. OKC's building, they got 32 attempts and went 20 of 32. 20 of 32. You left 12 points. Even wouldn't make a difference if they hit all the free throws tonight. It would have made the game look a lot better, to be honest with you. What would it have been, like 137 to 118? But it's still in all. It's just a thing that just goes to show you, man, we just got a lot to work on. The rebounds, 42 of 38 for 38 advantage OKC. The assist game, 33-26 OKC. Steal game, 12-6 OKC. Blocks, 5-3 OKC. Turnovers, OKC had 13, gave up 21 points off. Pelicans 17, had 25 points given up. OKC won the fast break points, 18-10, and the points in the paint, 48-38. And Holmgren wasn't even there. So, I mean, the largest lead was 36. Pelicans at 1.3. 137 to 106 is just ridiculous, man. He needs to go. And, of course, you take a look at the individual statistics by the Pelicans in this matchup from our guys. You can see that Zion finished the game with the high for the Pelicans. He had 20 points in 28 minutes, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. He shot 7 of 4 from the field and 6 of 12 from the foul line for 50%. The thing is, Zion complains a lot about getting the fouls, right? Rightfully so. But when the people bless you with the fouls, you cannot shoot 50% from the foul line, bro. Come on, bro. I mean, dude, you got to work on that, man. Because it was really frustrating as his game is predicated and built around the bucket. So if you get the fouls, what good is it if they give you 12 attempts and you hit half your fouls? And I think he's shooting like 60% between, I don't know what his foul percentage is. Matter of fact, let me look at it for the season. 50% shooting, because he complains about getting the fouls all the time. But when they finally give him the damn fouls, he hit 50%, half of his fouls. What is his free throw? 71% foul shooting. For his career, he's a 69% foul shooter. That's incredibly poor for a player whose game is majority based around the basket. He doesn't have a consistent midi or a three-point shot. So his game is totally physical. If you're going to live like that, you got to commit to better foul shooting, Zion. Just being honest, bro. Just for that particular niche to the game. Just you got to hit the foul shots, bro. You got 12 of them and you hit half of them. That's not good. 19 for Trey. In 32 minutes, he had 5 boards to go along with it. 7 of 13 from the field. Trey was 5 of 10 from downtown. 5 3-pointers by Trey in an effort. 16 from Jeremiah Fears. 3 straight games, I want to say, fam, of him starting. 26 minutes, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists for the youngster. He was 6 of 13 from the field for 46%. He was 4 of 8 from downtown, 50%, right? Not bad for Jay Fears, just, in a losing effort with the rest of the Pels. Herb Jones had 12 points in 24 minutes, 1 rebound, 3 assists, and 2 steals. Herb was almost 67% from the field, and he also hit 3 of 4 from 75% from downtown. It just wasn't enough. Kayvon Looney was also played in the game. Kayvon got 16 minutes first time by the Pelicans. He finished with 3 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists from Kayvon. Yves Missi in the start, 22 minutes, 7 points, 5 boards for Yves in today's affair. 7 points from Carlo Mekovic 4 points in 7 minutes by Carlo. 4 from Derek Queen in 7 minutes, which is atrocious, right? And that just goes to show you, like Jay Fears, Queen also needs to get dedicated moments on the second team. Right, I knew Looney's coming back, but Kayvon just got back. So, you're going to have to do something, man. Even if there's a lineup off the bench where Kayvon and Queen, you got to be able to play those guys, bro. You got to be able to play, because Kayvon getting 16 minutes, I'm not mad at, but look at Queen's minutes, 7 minutes. For him, that can't happen, bro. He has to play. You gave up 2 picks to get him, bro. You got to play Queen. 4 points in the board for him tonight. Not good. Jordan Poole in 24 minutes finished with 11 points on 2 of 9 shooting from downtown. Not that great. Jose had 3 points in 18 minutes to go along with 2 rebounds and 2 assists. Sadiq Bey in 19 minutes had 2 points. Not good. So when minutes are given, Jose Alvarado, Sadiq Bey, Kayvon Looney, double-digit minutes given to some of these players, and they did not produce in terms of points. And that's just not going to happen, man. That's just not going to work for Jordan Poole. When I said Hawkins, I mean Poole. Poole had 24 minutes and 11 points in the game. He shot 18% from the field today. 18% from the field and 22% from downtown. That's not going to cut it. $30 million player. We need more production than that. 11 points from him tonight off the bench. Jordan Hawkins had 7 minutes and no points. And then all the rest of it simply did not matter for the Pelicans in this matchup. Not enough scoring, and OKC cut loose. Who was it? Who did it to him? SGA. He had 30 points in 30 minutes. He scored a point a minute on the Pelicans. He was 57% from the field. He didn't shoot that well from the foul, but it don't matter because SGA gets to the foul line. He got there 13 times and was 13 of 13. He got there 13 times and hit all his free throws. Different player. 14 from Hartenstein, 12 from Jalen Williams off the bench, 15 from Wiggins, and 13 from Kaysen in the starting role, coming into a starting role off the bench. And of course, you take a look at other guys. Isaiah Joe had 13, 11 from Brandon Carlson, 10 from AJ Mitchell. So this is the type of thing where you got multiple guys missing out the games multiple guys, Lou Dart, Jalen Williams, the good one. What's the big guy name? I forgot the big fella name, man. I'm drawing blanks. Y'all put it in the chat, but y'all know Holgram, the big fella, he was missing, and they still beat them down 31 points. So very awful loss by our Pelicans today. And all we want to know is that, yeah, Isaiah Joe could ball Stacy. They got several hoopers on that Pelican, that Thunder squad that can play, man. But in the end, this is what we get, man. And I dare say it's time for Willie Green to go, man. I dare say it's time for him to go, man. Next matchup they have is I think it's Tuesday against the Charlotte Hornets. They come to town. But Willie Green should not be allowed. If Willie Green is still here, it's because Gail Benson is refusing to do it. She is literally destroying the season. We are against history now. I showed with y'all a stat that there's never been an 0-6 NBA team that started the season and went to the playoffs. Started 0-6 and went to the playoffs. That's never happened. Not saying they could be the first, but that is a hole that is tough to climb out. Because you got some difficult teams lining up for us, coming up on our schedule. It's a lot of teams, fam, that we got coming up next that are not going to be pushovers. Charlotte is the lightweightest of the teams that we got coming up. And they could very well be 0-10. There is no coming back from that. There's definitely no coming back in that. Regardless of how you look at it, it's not going to happen. So you have the Willie Green, everything's been changed except for him. There's no protecting this guy, man. He has to leave. He got to go. We got to get rid of him and get rid of him now. It's not just the 0-6 Gale. This is going back to last year. I think they have, what are they, 0-12? They're on an 0-12 losing streak right now, dating back to last year. So it's just he should be fired on a plane right now. He should be taking a private. They just and fire him and make his ass fly back on Spirit Airlines. You fired. You make his ass travel back on Spirit. That's what you do. All right, what's up, Stace? Shout out to Stace. He says, Big B says Willie Green ain't got to go home, but you got to get. Yeah, that's right. Get the hell up out of cheer. Get your ass up out of here. I want him gone. I'm sick of Willie Green and all that foolishness. Steph, what's up, Steph? Says Q. You think Willie? I think he will be gone tomorrow. It'll be a crying shame if Willie Green's still standing up front of you with that nose and that raccoon eye looking at y'all talking about we got to move some pace. Got to play with pace. We got to use the force. I've been telling them, family, we got to use the force. I don't want to hear no more Star Wars stuff from you, Willie Green. All I want to know is, is just all we want to see is Willie Green as a force ghost. He just gone. He out of here. He done. You got to be, fam, because like I said, there is no excuse. It's not like the team is competitive. Like it's not like you turned the corner. Whatever leverage you could have told the pro Willie contingent that he's working is the fact that you had a scrappy affair against a talented Clipper club that you barely were lost by a last minute shot. But the OKC game, the Pelicans, you can see they fought and stayed and just barely lost the game. Something like that, right? That didn't happen. That was an aberration. That was an aberration. That game against the Clippers. And then, of course, OKC missing 3 starters and a couple of key role reserves knocked the piss out the Pelicans, and you got everybody healthy. You explained it probably would be 200 to 106 if all them guys was healthy. How they do that to the Pelicans and 3 starters is missing? This is an indication that he has lost the team. He's lost them. They've tuned him out. And he been tuned out. He ain't just lost them this year. He lost them last year. He never got them back. That was the question I was asking people about Willie Green is how did he get his team back? Remember I was asking that? I was like, he lost the team. How do you gain something back that you lost? Huh? If you got a girlfriend and I'm talking to the fellas, you screw up or do something you ain't supposed to do, and she leave your ass. How you get that girl back? How you get that old girl back? Huh? How you gonna send some roll? Put it in the chat. Come on, people. Let me know how you get the girl back. How you gonna get her back? You gonna be baby, all that kind of stuff. Flowers and every damn thing. Put it in the chat. What you gonna do? You gonna try to make it right. How did he make it right? He never made it right. He never changed anything. It was just the fact that he was a fraud and a fake anyway, because Gail Benson, they all knew he was only there because Gail Benson was posting him up, propping him up over there. They all knew that, fam. They all knew in that building that the only reason Willie Green still had that nose sitting in front of that mic was because of him, or her, propping him up, putting that mark of Cain between them raccoon eyes of his and saying, y'all better not hurt this guy, mark this guy right here. Y'all better not do him nothing. She gave him the mark of Cain like in the Bible. God put the mark on Cain and sent him out there and was daring anybody to do something to him. That's what she did. She put the mark of Cain on that boy. That's how he was able to keep his job. But they all knew he was not there because of respect. He was done there because of favor from her, which is a terrible position to be in. The moment I could see Willie's an unhonorable guy, because the moment she did that to him, he should have known that, hey man, I can't, I'm sorry, Miss Gail, I appreciate you, but I got to step away, because I cannot operate there with you, and everybody knows this is going on. I can't do it. Just fall on your sword like an honorable samurai, dishonored samurai man from the back in the days. Fall on your sword and just leave, because you're wasting time. But he here to collect a check. This is a check collecting ass dude. This is what they look like. This is what they look like. This a check collector. This is what check collecting people look like. They'll sit up here and try to con you all day, and the dude can't make any adjustments. He don't know no lineups. This dude been stealing money for the Pelicans for a couple years now, and the only man that hired him tried to fire him. That should have let you know everything you need to know. He tried to fire the man, she fired him, but trying to fire this guy, and this guy was in the midst of a 1-in-15 something or other. Woman is a problem, man. She's the problem. But the moment he knew that, he should have had honor in his soul to step away. But being an NBA coach, whether it's a losing ass, a jokey, disgraceful one, is still better than not being one at all. That's what Willie Green said. That's what he believes in. Any other way, he should have left. He knows he don't have what it takes to take this team anywhere, but yet he gonna sit here and collect these fucking checks. That's what he gonna do. The man know, fam. They all knew. That's why that man never gained the team back. I told y'all that in the offseason. I said he never gained them back. How was he going to gain them back? What was he going to use to gain them back? He called them soft a couple of games ago. Twice in back-to-back games called them soft. He been lost the team since last year. He never gained them back. So, and they all know that Willie Green was there because Gail protected and put the mark of Cain on him. It won't work. It won't work. You there because you're supposed to be there, not because you're not. And Willie Green been stealing money from the Pelicans, and he refuses to leave because he knows that old woman protected him. That to me is sad, man. He knows he don't have the answers. He knows, and he knows a lot with that nose. He knows that he can't do nothing with this team, but yet he's still collecting them fucking checks. It's dishonorable, man. If you don't have the answer, get your ass out the way and let somebody that does come help this team. But he will sit on this team and tank this team as long as he can to collect them checks until he's literally forced out. A cockroach on steroid did a lot of these people. You can't get them out. Once they get in your house, you're in trouble. He got the toughest, the richest poisons in the world, and they just taking that shit. What else you got? Come on. Man, this dude I want him up out of here, and we're going to see what happened on Monday, fam. That dude will not survive this. He can't. He cannot survive this. This don't make any sense. Anyway, man, shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate Steph with the question. Much love. Yeah, that's right. All right, he says, Stace says, notice we don't have any. But yeah, it's the same stuff every time. Yeah, you looking like Beetlejuice. Man, I played the theme to the Undertaker because this is a joke. This is a joke. This is a joke. This is a joke. This man knows he don't have what it takes to help the Pelicans win a damn thing, but he gonna sit on top of this team and keep collecting checks. This is what they look like. You want to know what a check collector look like? You're looking at him on screen. A con man. He don't have it. And instead of leaving, he going to keep on taking it from you. So, in the end, man, we'll see. I mean, I'll do a preview for the next game popping up here on tomorrow, fam. But I just find it so terrible, man. It's awful. What we dealing with as the Pels Nation. Like I said, history is against us, fam. We got the Charlotte Hornets coming up on Tuesday, but history is against us. No 0-6 team ever made the playoffs starting off, and they know that. They understand, they know that's from a historical standpoint, it's never been done before. We're already behind the 8 ball. When you fire your coach, not even it's a month into the season. I mean, he got fired. He about to get fired after 6 games. Tell me you ain't know that was going to happen. We know it. He doesn't come with anything new. He don't know what he doing. He been sneaking around here for the last 4 years, and it's time for him to go, man. It's time for this dude. He should have never been hired in the first place. But that's David Griffin. He hired this guy. Anyway, Don says it's really sad. He knows he knows it, fam. That's the thing that I'm trying. But I'll be sitting up here thinking in my head when I'm watching this man. He knows he doesn't have the answers, but yet he will not leave. He knows he don't have nothing else to say, but I'm just gonna sit here until they fire my ass. I ain't gonna get a job ever again. You damn right, you never gonna get a job again. You know. He knows he don't have the answers, but he will suffocate the Pelicans and damage their playoff hopes so he can keep getting paid. This what kind of people we got here, man. He know he don't have the answers. He knows he don't have the answers, fam. That's the disgusting part about this whole thing. Yeah, fam, listen, the tickets are going down for the Saints. The tickets is going down for the Pelicans because it's a correlation. People are tying them both together to the non-leadership of Gail Benson sit up here with all this stuff going on and these charities running and doing all this stuff. And she got people running the team that don't know what they're doing, whether it's the Saints with Dennis Lauscher, who's a louse, that's an old school gangster word, who doesn't know what he's doing. He's sitting on the board of Oshner. All these clowns is doing is enriching themselves. They're using the leverage between the Saints and themselves to foster business arrangements and literally fill their coffers with gold because of the ties to the team. There is no other excuse for why Dennis Lauscher is a director on the board of Oshner. Why? And still a president of the Saints, and you never hear him address anything basketball or football related. These people are the worst. So if we got Joe Dumars here trying to fix it, Joe Dumars has done some moves. I like the Queens trade. Now, all these people that hate the Pelicans are going to be talking about all these people coming up in the draft. You don't know how the draft going to end up. They say that shit every year about the players in the draft. They're going to be this, that, and the third. You don't know how this is going to turn out. You don't know. The point is he made a bet to improve the team because he liked Queen. He's seen Queen as a top-notch center or a big. Regardless or not, Queen has the talent. He has to be developed. Fears, he was right on Fears. Why can he not be right on Queen? Queen has to play more and develop. But Willie Green is not a developmental coach. He doesn't develop anybody. He can't develop. He didn't develop Dyson Daniels. He didn't develop Jordan Hawkins. He's not the man. And you're really hurting the team by not getting this guy had 5 years, man. I don't understand what the discussion is for, Gail. He's had time, plenty of time. So like I said, man, it's dishonorable to me to know that and that the only reason why you got a job is because the Gail is protecting you from being fired by, I told y'all Joe wanted him out. I told y'all that because he's the last thing that's stopping them from winning. Joe Dumars worked with this man all summer And then when you get into the regular season, you can see that he don't know what he's doing. You can see it. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's been perpetrating a fraud for a while now, and now it got caught up. He perpetrating a fraud. So we'll see how Friday look, man, when the time comes. I mean, Monday, because that's all I'm concerned about. Is what it's time for him to march his ass up out of here. We should be getting a word tonight if they're serious about anything. Just to be honest with you, fam. Just to be honest with you. I'm just gonna keep it all the way funky. All right. So anyway, fam, man, listen, man, I don't know what to tell y'all, man, tonight, man. I don't know, fam. I had somebody showing me a rate online of the fastest 3 30-point losses, and they got the Pelicans, 6 of them. 6 fastest 3-point losses, and he said the Pelicans are getting blown out at record rates. So I expect the team, man, to get out of here, and they got somebody saying the plane lands around 8 p.m. tonight. So we're going to see what happens, man. The Pelicans 0-6 start the season, man. They traded their 2026 first round pick. The Pelicans have they have an ability to win now. They really do, but we need to get Willie Green out of the way so we can give somebody else. Now, I'm not saying Borrego is the answer, the end all be all, but I'm saying for this upcoming season, we're just 6 games in. He's your best bet. I mean, if Joe had his way, probably he would have fired Willie in the offseason and probably brought in a Malone type, a Taylor Jenkins, somebody that understands culture and how to build structure, organization, how to put a system in place. This not this guy. He doesn't know what he's doing. So, yes, they say, why is Quinn? Because there's no organizational structure. Derek Queen should never be allowed to bring the basketball up. He should never be allowed to bring the ball up. But they have no organization. That's because of him, man. Anybody can do anything at any time. There's no structure. They don't play behind their people. And it's just distasteful. So I don't know. All right. Anyway, fam, listen, man, I'm not going to make this a long show, but if y'all got any questions, throw them in the chat. Like I said, it's been a long day, man. It's been a long day. There's only so much losing you could take. I sit up here for 4 hours and watch the Saints get blown out by the Rams, and then sitting there watching the Pelicans get destroyed by the OKC Thunder by 31 points. It's only so much funk and stink you can take before you say, I had enough. I didn't had enough, fam, and I think I didn't had enough. I think I done had enough. Any quick questions, fam? Quick questions in the chat for your boy before I get on up out of here and get in and be done with it, man. I mean, $1 million checks is, yeah. These guys collect millions of dollars. Willie Green got a raise, man. Willie Green had got a raise and he got an extension. Y'all don't remember that? Y'all don't remember that? Willie Green got a raise and an extension. And Griffin did that in December. It was 2 years ago. He did that late in November, I think it was. Late November, early December area, where he gave Willie Green an extension on his contract before he even allowed him to coach because he was coaching on the final year. And instead of allowing him to coach and then reviewing his game around before the trade deadline came up just to see if he deserved it, he cut him a check and gave him an extension and paid himself. But ultimately, he gave himself an extension, but they fired his ass. And he turned, before he did, he tried to fire Willie Green. Willie Green, this is his final year on his contract. And Gail said, no, we don't want to fire Willie. We won't keep him like he's the golden child or somebody. Eddie Murphy, some shit. I don't get it. Jeremy Charles says, as an OKC fan, I think the New Orleans has a pretty good team. Y'all yes, thank you, bro. Appreciate you, Jeremy. Much love, my brother. And y'all, listen, man, let me let you know something, Jeremy. We And I'm talking about the Pelican faithful, man. We started our rebuild the same time you did, bro. The same time y'all started y'all rebuild. Drafting, we started the same damn time. Minnesota started the same time. Minnesota was able to gain some stuff. OKC wins a championship. And for a while, OKC was, one of the top teams. It took them, because at first I think they were bad that first year, but they were competitive. That next year, they just built that culture. They grabbed the guy out the G League. They grabbed the coach out of the G League, and within 2 to 3 years, they're in a championship. Tell me where they do that at. They said, you know what, man, we don't have to go and get an expensive coach. We can go get the guy out the G League and win a championship. Them people went and got Dagnall out of the G League. And within 2 to 3 years, they was up in there with the championship. Dagnall from the G League. And we sitting up here dealing with this dude here who conning them stupid ass people up there. They don't even know. I ain't gonna even go into it. But thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Yeah, the coach is bad. Yes, indeed. All right, Steph says, what do you think about Fears starting over Poole? Fears plays well, but I think Herb should be coming off the bench. Well, a Poole and Fears lineup and starting lineup wouldn't be, and that wouldn't be what's up. You need a defensive guy there. Herb is working his way back into, I guess, basketball mind shape, whatnot. He did hit a bunch of 3-pointers tonight, but Herb's still kind of working his way back into it. You can see him and Trey getting back to basketball skill. Herb was out for a while, Trey was out, and them guys just kind of getting comfortable with working themselves back into it. But I'm not mad at Herb being in the backcourt. Jay Fears is something I think that's inspired by Joe Dumars. Because if you're losing, you got Jordan Poole making like $30 million, $30+ million. You see, that he would have never done that. That's Joe Dumars' influence on getting Jay Fears in the lineup, because he understands that Willie Green would never have done that. He would never have started a rookie over a $30 million point guard. But the thing is, Poole, if you notice, Poole doesn't like Willie Green. He really doesn't. When Willie Green was asked to comment on Poole, you can see it, his face twisted up a little bit. Because Poole doesn't like Willie Green. He doesn't. And he just got here. He doesn't like Willie Green. Well, like I showed, and I talked about in the last show, Poole hit a 3-pointer and turned and stared Willie Green down. Just stared him down as he ran up the court. A $30 million guy coming off the bench. Remember we talked about that when McCollum was here? He was like, man, that'll never happen. $30 million guy off the bench? Shit. You seeing it? That's Joe Dumars' influence. That ain't even a Willie Green move. He always relies on the veterans. He'll let the young guys come off the bench. But Joe Dumars knew that he needed to get Fears in there. You can't have these two high picks and then both of them riding the pine. So, and plus it does make sense in the purpose, because they want Poole's instant offense to help off the bench. You see what I'm saying? They want to give Poole, because Poole, even though Poole is not starting, he's playing starter minutes. You see what I'm saying? So regardless or not, it's not a bad philosophy to have for him to help that bench unit. It's a way to kind of brace the starters with the bench, you see, because he's such a high scorer, averaging 20 off the bench wouldn't be a bad look for Pools. He's not starting, but he's getting the minutes. But it's there's other things involved, it's other things. It's just we don't have a system to consistently play behind. And the key thing I really don't like about Willie Green's coaching is his inability to get his team to play behind the star. Zion is supposed to be the end all be all of everything the Pelicans got going on. Trey Murphy is here as a byproduct of Zion Williamson to benefit off them doubling or triple a team in Zion, and he's on sitting there shooting the 3-pointer. And some of these other players was added as that. As a result, the Pools, the Jordan Pools and the Jordan Hawkins, the Jordans are here because they're shooters that's supposed to benefit by the fact that they're doubling or even triple teaming Zion that gives them open shots. But we don't always see that. If that's the philosophy and the mentality, he doesn't consistently do any of that stuff. And that's the thing that I really don't like about his game. Because how many times, put one in the chat, hit the one. If you've seen times when you watch possession after possession about the Pelicans offense where the ball never touches Zion's hands. Put one and hit the one if you ever seen that before. I mean, 3 and 4 and 5 possessions where Zion is on the court, running up and down the court, and he doesn't touch the ball. They don't even cycle the ball to him. You got Jose Alvarado. He gets in there and jacks up a three-pointer. They don't cycle the ball to Zion Williamson, who's the easiest basket they get. He creates and make everything easy. You throw him the ball, he gets there. They collapse on him. You get an open shot. They don't. I see this all the time, and that really insults me. I really get flamed about that. Pelicans know it's it's time for us to do something with this team. I know, fam. You know, just think about it, man. It's ridiculous. Knoxville says we have none of the players left from our major trades, none from AD, none from Drew, and none. Yeah, all the stuff from the David Griffin era when he came in. You talked about all the picks, the collaterals, and the picks, the first round picks, and the treasure trove of draft capital you have. Where at some point in time, you would have to take those picks and turn them into players, and take those players and turn them into reliable players to help you win games. And that's where the Pelicans suffered. They didn't develop the picks into players that were successful. That's the package. The package ain't always about the picks, because even if the Pelicans didn't give up the extra pick for Queen for next year, and they just went on and drafted somebody else, and they had to pick for next year, regardless or not, whoever you pick, whether it's this year or next year, you got to develop them. And that's where we failed at. Even to the point where Zion Williamson, fam, Zion's been a pro for 6 years now? And Zion does not have a mid-range shot. Does that anybody that strike you as insulting? Or like, damn, he's been here for 5 to 6 years? How long has Zion been? It's 5 or 6 years. I don't know. Shit, I ain't caring about that right now. But all I'm saying is that he's been here long enough where he should have developed a shot outside of just getting beat up in the paint. He should at least have a mid-range shot by now, a consistent mid-range shot. People say, Q, he shoot it in practice. That don't mean nothing. That don't help in the game. A mid-range shot that he relies on, that he pulls up and take like Barkley did or Karl Malone did. They had mid-range shots, and they had a point on the floor where they would pull up and take shots and would hit the son of a guns and hit them really comfortable. He does not have a mid-range shot. All of his points come because he gets beat up. He has to battle in the paint to get the points. He don't have a consistent mid-range shot at all. That makes his game easier. And then it makes no sense for you to get beat up if you go to the foul line and you're only hitting 70% of your shots. You're going backwards, bro. That's what I'm saying. A good coach would recognize, hey, bro, go over there and work with Zion, man. Let's get this man to get a midi that he can, work on his game. He's too one way. Like, you got players that are stars that do multiple things really well, right? Some of the really solid players, they can hit the three. They got a midi and they can work inside. You see what I'm saying? That man don't have that. He don't have that. You can say it because he was hurt. Whatever you won't say, he's undeveloped. That aspect of his game is undeveloped. It really is. He doesn't have a mid-range shot, and he in year 5 or 6. That to me is really something that's it's eye-opening. Like, Zion, bro, listen, we're gonna work on you. We're gonna work on this shot, and you're gonna perfect this shot this summer. We need you. We're gonna work over here. You're gonna shoot this, and you're gonna work on these shots in the game. Why? Because you're going to help us win. You're going to make this a lot better. You're going to draw people to you. You're going to be a lot more difficult to guard because they give you that 17, that 15, 16, 17. They give you that shot. They don't come out with you. There's literally 5 feet, 3 to 4 to 5 feet in front of a defender when Zion's sitting that far back. They're not worried about him. They'll let him shoot that shot. I say you need to learn how to hit that shot consistently. And you started doing that, they'll come out to you and then you drive around them. He has to round out his game. He's undeveloped in that aspect. He don't even have a consistent midi. So, I mean, that's just one of the things, man. But yeah. And the brother Jeremy says the Thunder have great developing. Oh, you ain't lying, bro. That, y'all general manager of executive, I think he's a VP. I forgot the man's name, but bro, he one of the best in the game. I mean, he just be just doing experiments like, let me do this. Y'all watch how great I am. Look, I'm going to get rid of this expensive ass coach. I think y'all had the coach from, didn't y'all have the guy that was the Bulls have now? I forgot his name, but he used to be the Florida University coach. I forgot Billy Donovan. Y'all had Billy Donovan. And Billy Donovan, he said, listen, we're paying all this money for Billy Donovan. He went up to Chicago and actually playing actually pretty well, by the way. And then he said, you know what? Watch how bad I am. I'm gonna prove to y'all I'm him. Watch this. Go get Dagnall. And they like, man, who is this guy? And 3 years later, Dagnall or whatever it is, we won the championship. That guy just be playing to show you how good he is. I often say, I go get that guy, whoever his assistant is or his scouting, whatever their assistants, I would bring them and put them into the Pelicans. They dumb. They don't do that. All right. Anyway, what's up, Lonnie? Shout out to Lonnie, man. Yeah. All right. Jess says, why is Poole mad at Willie? Can't be because he's coming off the bench. That's Joe work. Well, Poole Poole don't want to come off the bench, Jess. He don't want to come off the bench. Poole wants to start. And the reality is, I think it was a little strife too between, and fam, listen, you're not going to have a lot of respect for a guy is there only because the owner won't allow him to be fired. Come on. I mean, y'all, for my people that work a job, which is pretty much everybody, right? Work a job. What if it was a guy there at the place where you worked at that was messing up all the time, wasn't doing what he was supposed to do, tearing up shit, and he got the job because the owner is a relative of his or he's married into the family? You see what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? And let's escalate. Let's raise him up and make him a manager. And it's a guy making bad decisions and all this kind of stuff, messing up, and y'all have to clean up after him or make sure his mistakes are right, fix them. How would you feel about that? Would you have respect for that person? Would you? This happens all the time in some businesses. They got nepotism with people or managers and all this kind of stuff because they know the guy that or the gal that run the place. You see? So, but would you have respect for a person like that? Everybody know, I know, they know that the only reason he got a job is because the owner is protecting him. That's the God's honest truth. So who gonna have respect for a fella like that? I mean, I know I won't. Don says Griff traded Drew for Clutch, Eric Black. Oh my God, Eric Bledsoe, Dyson from Clutch. Rich Paul was running the franchise, and Willie is the last Clutch. Yes, it's too much evidence, Don. That shows that's true. Right. All right. Yeah, Sam Presti. That's right. There you go. Sam Presti. That's his name. Sam Presti is a genius, man. He'd just be testing his skills when he went and grabbed Dagnall out of the G League, and Dagnall is better than Willie Green out the G League. It's absolutely amazing. All-time great. He says the game plan does not run through Zion. I think Willie hates Zion. No, it doesn't run through Zion. That's the problem, bro. And people said, Lex says that all the time. I kind of laugh. She said, Willie Green doesn't like Zion Williamson. I'm like, how could you not like Zion Williamson? How could you not like him? He's a guy, if you use him right, he makes the game easy for you and he provides job security for you, But the thing about it is Willie Green shouldn't hate Zion Williamson, because if Zion Williamson was anything like some of these other guys, if he was like a LeBron or some of these vocal leaders that use their weight to get moves, like he was like, man, listen, I want this, I want that. If he used his weight and his influence, and he was a person that was like, nah, look, man, I want this. He can make things really shake, but he doesn't do that. He doesn't operate with that type of mind. So there's nothing for Willie if he does not like Zion. If Zion was like that, then I can understand. But Zion Williamson is the most agreeable star player I ever seen in life. I never seen a guy like that, because most of these guys, if LeBron James didn't touch the ball 3 times, LeBron would go and get the ball. He would go and get it. Zion needs to start doing that when the ball's not coming to him. He needs to stop and go and get the ball, command the ball. And there was a couple of times where he was calling for the ball and he didn't pass it to him. I was like, damn, I even seen that. Hit the one of you seen that. So in the end, man, what I'm saying is right now, I guess this is for us a little healing session because I don't see any way out of this hole right now until first they have to recognize the saboteur, which is Willie Green. He just collecting money. He doesn't have any answers. He's basically acting as a saboteur. He's not here to help the team. At this point, maybe at one point when he was hired, but now he's just stealing money. He knows he don't have any answers. The man knows that, man. At this point, he's just a saboteur. They got to get him on up out of here, and they have to pick the next guy. The interim guy is James Borrego. Now let's talk on James Borrego for a second before we get ready to leave. Thank you, Young City. Nola Pels forever says Willie should lead a church. Yeah, I don't know how honorable he is sitting up here stealing money. He's stealing out of the collection basket. I guess he can run a church. If that Winans dude could have a church where you got a building fund for 20 years, I guess there's a spot for Willie Green. Boy, black people, what's going on here, fam? Let's have a discussion on that. One of these days, I'm gonna have to have a show on that, fam. I'm gonna have to talk about that on the corner, man. This dude had a building fund for 20 years, man. I mean, Lord, to have faith does not mean that you have to discount your logic and your intelligence, fam. Just to have faith. This dude been running a building fund. Winans is a reverend called Winans. Marvin Winans been running a building fund for 20 years. That comes out because fam mentioned Willie about a church. That what kind of church Willie will run. Because you have to have, in a good church, the reverend ain't going to sit up there and be the richest dude in the church. And Willie Green sitting here knowing he don't have the answers is very dishonorable to me. I lost a ton of respect looking at him in his face saying, you don't have the answers and you here because this woman protecting you. You know it and the whole team know it. That's why they're not playing for him because he's not supposed to be there. And they got to convince her to get rid of this dude. He knows he don't have the answers. But he won't tell her that though. Why? Because he wants to keep making the money. So money mean more than his self-respect. Nothing honorable about Willie Green doing right now. Nothing. Outside of that, the James Borrego concept, people say, Q, what is Borrego going to do? Borrego will do a number of things that Willie Green can't do. Number one, he will come in and establish structure. He has an offense. He'll push ball control, and his offense will work for the Pelicans because they have shooters. They got guys that play defense. And his offense would work with the current staff. And that's the thing. He brings structure. He communicates well. He is a guy that's respected among coaching circles as being a high IQ coach. He's more passionate than Willie Green. He's more dialed in than Willie Green. When he was coaching, he had good adjustments. His team wasn't all that. But still in all, Borrego, would be a good coach. He'd be the best thing you got. Since you already started the season, he will put organization and structure. That's all you can ask for right now. That's what they're lacking. Outside of that, the health of the team is a positive because everybody's there. Everybody's healthy except for DeJounte Murray. They're all there. Zion, Trey, Herb, everybody's there. And, this is a supreme time. It'll excite the family base. The players are already talking to Borrego. There are countless videos that I've seen and pictures I've seen where players from Poole to Zion to Herb talking to him about offense. He's already there. He knows the people. He'll utilize them offensively speaking. The defensive end, we'll see how that works. But they need structure offensively. They need an identity, and I think Borrego will develop that. How fast that takes, we'll see. The one game I mentioned a couple years ago when Willie caught COVID, the next thing, that Dallas game, when they got hammered, that second game when they played Dallas again was a whole nother affair. And it was a day between the games. So when he was out, he took over, installed it, did it. And listen, the system that he's running is not alien to him. He's teaching them that in practice. Over the last couple of years that he's been here, the system's not alien to the players. It's just Willie Green's approach. It destroys the system because he has this weird, whatever he's doing that interferes. It's like twin personalities, and the personalities is going at each other, sabotaging it. And he doesn't know Borrego's system well enough to institute it as a coach. So once he is totally kicked out and gone, then Borrego can really put his stamp and really, elevate the floor offensively and really install and move forward. That's the best you got. The rest of those coaches on the staff outside of the guy that they brought in from, I think it was Syracuse, which is Troy Weaver's connection. He brought in a guy who's actually a pretty decent coach. I think he's the head of the player development. So they came in and gave him a heady job. But that's something that gives you a chance. I don't know if they make the playoffs. It's just to be determined, but it's still a lot of games. We could be the very first team to make the playoffs. I mean, it depends how fast we can get this guy out of here and get into it right away. So, and then of course, once the season is over with, then you can be able to clean out all these staffs and you can go right into free agency and you can bring in your coach. You can hire the Malone. You can do it. Malone bring his people without, however it goes. They'll be here. So that's my take on that. All right, Jeremy says, yeah, Zion currently lacks a signature move. I do not believe he is the solution you are seeking. How do we know? We haven't seen him consistently put into a system that will work for him. Could we realistically say that? I mean, I get Stan Van Gundy. Stan Van Gundy was using Zion, and Zion was playing more minutes, played more games, Stan was actually using Zion in the correct way, and Brandon Ingram did not like it, and he was one of the people that pushed Stan Van Gundy out of here. It was Brandon Ingram. Ingram didn't like the fact that Stan Van Gundy was using Zion in the correct way. He was actually the guy that was doing it. That's what I'm saying. We have not seen enough of a steady system where Zion could be consistent and dialed into it. We haven't seen it. We haven't seen it thoroughly enough, maybe except for Stan Van Gundy's one single season he was here before they pulled him out and put this guy in. So, yeah. So we'll see. Jaden says, Q, he said, did you say that after the game on Friday you was going to open up the phone line? I know, fam. I don't think I'm going to do it because the reason why, man, I kind of got lost in it and maybe wanted if Lexxah DC was here to kind of hold the fort down. I'm going to have to owe y'all one. I'm going to have to owe y'all one, family. How about for the Willie Green firing show? We open up the phone line. Hey, listen, I'm going to have to take a rain check from y'all. So y'all listen, collectively, y'all all remember. Say, Q, y'all owe us. You owe me one. Y'all, you owe me a call-in show. I'm going to have to say tonight, fam, I'm sorry. What's up, Bird Talk? I had to apologize to the faithful, man. Like I said, it's been a busy day. For me, I did the play-by-play for the Saints. They lose. They stink. And I'm sitting up here with the Pelicans. They stink. I don't think I had enough stink for the day. I done had enough funk and stink for one day. I think y'all understand. But I owe y'all just hold me to it, man. I owe y'all one. Y'all just remember. All right. Let's see. I can't get you TFP, Tef Patlow Fishing. I can't get your name, fam. That's a long name. When they fire Willie, it will be a celebration. Yes, sir, it will. Yes, sir, it will. And I'll be live on here talking about it, and I will open the phone lines. Stacey, I think we lead the league in shot clock violations. Ain't no telling, bro. But yeah, Jaden, y'all just hold me to it, bro. On for either the Monday or the Tuesday show. If they fire Willie Green on Monday, then we'll do a show. I'll open up the phone lines. I promise y'all, man. We'll do it up. All right, just TF. Okay. All right. I got you, fam. All right, TFP. That you got that. I can do that. I can do that. All right. So with that being said, fam, y'all do me a service, man. Hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button, man. And let's let this go. I'm going to holler at y'all on the next one. Much love. Go Pels. Peace.
You're listening to the Pelicans postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
Perfect. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that. Fly down, I'm a Pelican forever. Yeah, ain't gon' lie, I feel flyer than I ever been. We stay ballin', this New Orleans, I'm a Pelican. It's going down in the nest, wild, wild west. Come in town and you best, show us some respect. 3-point threat. I better make it rain. If it's something, don't jump stupid like your ankle sprain. Always said, never hate the player, hate the game. Jumper where the dame late, punch a train. Post game, big Q, talking about business. Bird gang, YouTube, they ain't flocking with us. Lock up the division mission, get into the finals. Finish competition, then it's going win the title. I know this flyer than you can get. Such a threat that the ref just might call a tag. You could double, you could press, but you can't check. Right, left, slide by you like a Eurostep. Fly Pelican, fly Pelican, fly Pelican. And I tell them that birds of a feather flock together. Fly down, I'm a pelican forever. Pelican forever. And never, and never, and never, and never, and never, and never. Say birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, fly down, I'm a pelican forever. Pelican forever.
Hey, New Orleans! Whether you're catching up on Saints news at Jackson Square, checking Pelicans scores in the Garden District, or staying updated on LSU while grabbing coffee in the French Quarter, there's one place that keeps you connected to everything that matters in our city. From Bourbon Street to the Superdome, from Preservation Hall to the Riverfront, New Orleanians are staying in the know with the whodatdaily.com. Your daily source for Saints, Pelicans, LSU, and all the sports, music, and culture that makes our city special. At work downtown, at a game in the Dome, or just relaxing by the Mississippi, wherever life takes you in the Big Easy, you can stay connected. Because when you're from New Orleans, you don't just live here. You stay in the NO. That's stay in the know. Visit the whodatdaily.com and never miss what matters most to Who Dat Nation. Stay in the NO, you stay in the know.
Welcome to the Pro Shop, where we create authentic NOLA-inspired clothing for men, women, and children. From Saints jerseys to Pelicans gear, everything's crafted right here in New Orleans. Whether you're shopping the Pro Shop, the Pels Shop, or the Pro Shop Kids, we've got your whole family covered with genuine merchandise that represents our city's spirit. Check for links in the description section below or in the chat.